Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. A very warm welcome to meeting number 96 of our Eloquent Elites Toastmasters Club. I am Toastmaster Tulin. I am pleased and proud to be your Sergeant at Arms. As Sergeant at Arms, I will share with you a few meeting etiquette guidelines. We request everyone to follow this for the sake of a smooth Zoom meeting experience. All Toastmasters not playing any role, please rename yourselves and prefix TM to your name. All other guests, please prefix your name with guests. When you rename yourself, you help the Zoom master spotlight you quickly. Please take 10 seconds for this activity. Please put on silent mode your phones and any other noise-making device near you. This will help everyone to focus on the meeting without any distraction. Please take 5 seconds to do so. Please keep your audio on mute throughout the meeting and unmute your microphone only whenever you are invited to speak. Please keep your video cameras on. Speakers certainly feel nice to see people's faces. You yourself as a listener will feel more engaged and part of the experience when you see yourself on screen with others. If you are terribly hungry, turn up the video, have a quick bite and turn the video on. Please turn up the video only when you have to step away. Please do not type the general Zoom chat box when the speaker is speaking. Chats may distract the speaker and listeners. You may type messages to specific persons via Zoom chat. Please note that this meeting is being recorded. Please stay back to network after the meeting. That is when helpful ideas and memorable experiences are shared. Friendships are born and collaboration materialize. I am glad to share here the mission of Toastmasters. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. I am happy to introduce the presiding officer of the day, distinguished Toastmaster Renosh Thomas, the president of our club. He has more than 2 decades of telecom and IT industry experience in India and Middle East. He is a coach and creative thinker. He loves organizing programs for children and teens. He has been a Toastmaster since 2019. He was founder and president at St. Paul Toastmasters Bahrain and founder and counselor of St. Paul Gavel Club. Business Magazine CEO Insights recognized him as one of the top 10 Indian directors in December 2024. He is a positive thinker and powerful motivator. Over to you, President, distinguished Toastmaster Renosh Thomas. Thank you.
Thank you, Sergeant Rams, Toastmaster Tulin. Can we give a big round of applause to her? I love the way that she introduced and made us so lively. Despite it's quiet in my room and it's 9, few minutes past 9, but just woke me up and I feel so energetic. Let me call meeting number 96 to order. Welcoming each and every one of you to this meeting. We have got members joining in from different parts of the world. And before I begin, let me first call our Vice President Education, Toastmaster Girija, if we have any apologies to the agenda, or are we good to go ahead?
We are good to go.
Fantastic. Can I ask any of our members to please propose the adoption of this agenda and another member to second the adoption of the agenda?
You have to unmute yourself, Deepak.
Yes, you can unmute and one of you to please propose. Dr. Deepak, I can see you're unmuted.
Deepak Deshpande, Toastmaster Deepak Deshpande would like to propose the agenda be accepted.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak. We have the adoption of the agenda. Now, can I ask some of the members to second the adoption of the agenda?
I'm Toastmaster Mamatha. I would like to adopt the agenda. Second, the adopt.
Second.
Excellent.
Thank you so much. So we have the agenda adopted. We move forward. We've got some guests in today. I would like to invite them quickly to introduce themselves. Where are they from? If they are a Toastmaster, which club, which district, which country, we would love to know. And how did you get to know us? So, just going across my screen, I can see distinguished Toastmaster Tracy Baker from US. If you could unmute and let us know you're coming from which place from US,
Yes,
which
Mr.
club?
President, I am Distinguished Toastmaster Tracy Baker. I'm in Dayton, Ohio, United States of America. I am here at the behest of my friend Valanda Harris, who's also on the call today. I am a District 40 director, and I just love to come and visit international clubs sometimes to understand your culture and to kind of see what and how you do. I'm a very shy and quiet person, so I may not do much, but I will like to listen to what you all have to do. I still got to understand what this whole excuse is, and when you all do this thing in the beginning, the Bahamas does this a lot. I would love to hear more about that, Mr. President. If you could call me one day and tell me how and why that came about. Is that a Robert's Rules of Order thing? Is that a parliamentary procedure? Or is it just something that you all do just because? If you're going to be at the meeting, you're at the meeting. If you're not, you're not. What excuses, Mr. President?
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmasters Tracy. We love the way that we do, and whatever we do, we learn from it as well. And we imbibe whatever we learn in a practical scenario, whether it be at work, whether it be at a social gathering, we just continue learning. So thank you so much, distinguished Toastmasters Tracy. And by the way, we got members from Chicago. Toastmaster Girija is from Chicago. Toastmaster Mamta is joining us from Texas as well. Wow, I think it's what time in at your place? Early morning,
10:40 a.m.
8:40 a.m. All right, fantastic. All the way across time zones. Thank you so much. I can see a guest, Vaishant Verithia. If you could unmute, tell us if you're a Toastmaster guest, you're visiting from which place. If it's a club, please would like to know. Toast guest Vaishant. All right. Probably some technical issues
He's a
there.
student and he's joined, he's a student from Wilson College and this is his first experience of Toastmasters. So probably he would like to be. Yes.
Fantastic. No worries, no worries. We will keep some time at the end as well. Once the meeting is over, once we have a fantastic, fun-filled time, at the end, we will keep 10 to 15 minutes. Those who would like to stay behind and talk to us, give us feedbacks, we're more than open to hear from you. So, welcome, guest Vaishant. Gulzar Iqbal, if you could introduce yourself.
Hello,
Yes,
myself
Gulz.
Gulzar from Tech Mahindra Infocity Club, Hyderabad. I just joined to see Toastmasters meeting happening here. That's it.
Fantastic.
My
Welcome.
friend, my
Welcome to our
friend.
meeting.
Okay,
All right. Nice
thank
to
you.
see you. Both of you enjoy our meeting. All right. What's your name?
Dastagir. Dastagir. My name is. My name is
Dastagir.
Dastagir.
Very good. Nice to see you, Gulzar and Dastagir. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I have distinguished Toastmaster Marutesh?
Hello everyone, my name is Martesh. I'm into teaching profession, and I'm from India, and uh, I'm a member in Namaste Toastmasters Club.
Which part of India are you joining from?
Yeah, it's online club, district in 123.
All right. All right. Nice to see you. Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Marutesh. Who else do I have here? I can see Shravan Kumar. If you could
Yeah,
unmute and introduce yourself.
yeah. Hello everyone. This is Shravan. I am from Bangalore, India. I am a guest. I was a Toastmaster for more than 3 years. I used to represent TCS My 3 Toastmasters Club and Gabby's Toastmasters Club during my Toastmaster journey. I also served as an EXCOM member. and I'm here to meet a new Toastmasters and learn at least a single word, a new word. So that was my aim to join this meeting. Thank you so much for having me. I'm looking forward for a wonderful interaction with you all. Thank you. Back to you,
Thank you. Thank you
Toastmaster.
so much, Toastmaster Shravan Kumar. Welcome to our meeting. I'll have two more here. I know the person, but I would like him to introduce. We have Toastmaster Elios. If I'm not wrong, he's joining from Malaysia, but would like Toastmaster Elios to introduce.
Oh, I'm from Indonesia. So yes, another wrong. Not just kidding. uh, Hello everybody. I'm in District 80, Singapore. So I will make you confused. I've been in Indonesian, joined a Singaporean club, and I got an award from Malaysia. So yes, I have been Toastmaster for 5 years. During this journey, I have been keynote speaker, workshop speaker, panelist about podcasting, comedy, and humor, and also soft skill. I got featured in Toastmasters magazine twice, last year and this year, and got inducted into National Book of Record of Malaysia for 1 or 2 hours nonstop training. So yes, Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia, in one person. Back to you, TTM.
I think the club that you represent itself tells about you, World Travelers Club. I'm sure you're there in most of the clubs that I have seen in online meetings. So good to see you. Welcome to the meeting. We do have one more person. Just before the meeting was going on, I was talking to this person. I can see it's written only listen only mode. If she can unmute and introduce, it would be great. We do have a division director all the way from Texas in this meeting, Toastmaster Belinda. If she can unmute, would be great. Okay. All right. So I think we have seen a good number of guests. Welcoming all the guests once again to this meeting. We'll definitely keep a time for all of you to collaborate, to discuss with us, talk with us at the end of the meeting. So in a remote place in India, there was a shoe company. And once the sales manager called his junior and said, and gave him a box of shoes, right? And said, I want you to sell this to a particular place. And the person, he takes that box of shoes, different types, sizes, and goes to that place to sell. He comes back after a few days, and sales manager asks him, so tell me, how has it been? And he said, sir, I wasn't able to sell a single shoe. And sales manager looks at him so astonished. What? How come? And he says that there's no one in that place who wears shoes. So they didn't want to buy any shoes. Not giving up, the sales manager calls another person who volunteered actually after hearing this and said that go and sell these shoes in the same place. He goes in, comes in after a couple of days, and he comes and tells the sales manager that I've sold all the shoes that you have given me. Now we have a situation here where it's the same place, the people don't wear shoes. But how come the first person was not able to sell any shoes while the second salesperson was able to sell the entire box of shoes at that place? The excuse is the same. So the second person said, yes, they don't wear shoes, but I looked at it as an opportunity to sell shoes in that place. And the entire city, entire place has changed its perception of wearing shoes and transformed that entire place into what it is today. So, ladies and gentlemen, we all have perceptions in life. We can either look at it as an excuse or an opportunity. The word O could be the last alphabet in the word zero, or it could be the first alphabet in the word opportunity. The question is, how are you going to look at it? And if all of us goes with the perception that we are just human beings, we do not need a COVID to strike us and let us know that we are mere human beings. We need to spread the good in us to others outside. The love, the care, the joy, the happiness. And that, in fact, is the core message of Christmas, which is love. And many years ago, in fact, 100 years ago, there was a person who did not look at it as an excuse, but he found it as an opportunity when he met a few people and shared with them how to take up leadership roles, to enhance their public speaking skills, to become leaders of tomorrow. He did not think about himself. He did not say that there are XYZ reasons or excuses. He found it as an opportunity. And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, 100 years since then, we have this non-profit organization known as Toastmasters International alive. And that is the reason why you and me, sitting across different time zones, are able to come on a single platform, talk to each other, help grow the leaders in us. And that man was none other than the founder of Toastmasters International, Ralph C. Smedley. Today, as we speak, Toastmasters International is across 140 plus countries with 13,800 clubs, 260,000 members, in which Eloquent Elites Toastmasters Club is one among. You and I represent a global organization. Eloquent Elites, just a humble beginnings way back in 2021. But a year before that, in 2020, Rotary International President, the then President Mark Melanie, and the then Toastmasters International President, distinguished Toastmaster Deepak Menon, they announced the Rotary Toastmasters collaboration. Toastmaster Girija, you see on the screen here, she was a Rotarian and a Toastmaster. She's the founder of this club, Eloquent Elites Toastmasters Club. And this was chartered in February 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first Rotary Toastmasters collaboration club in India. And it is the fifth such club in the world at that point of time. Kusuma Rao was the charter president. Eloquent Elites, ELITES, Elites is an acronym which stands for Empowering Leaders of Integrity through Experience and Service. And that's not all. Dear friends, Toastmaster Girija chartered the Eloquent Elites Gavel Club for those of the age up to 17 in collaboration with the president of the Gavel Club, Aditya Varlekar, at that point of time. And today we have 60 members in the Gavels Club. That's about Eloquent Elites, and we are a purely online club. Now it's time to introduce the Toastmaster of the Day, or what we call it as a Master of Ceremonies, or MC. She hails from Bangalore in South India and holds a bachelor's degree in Electronics and Communications Engineering. Professionally, she worked as a software QA engineer for 8 years. Currently, she lives in Dallas, Texas, with her husband and 2 children. Beyond work and family, she finds joy in arts and crafts, exploring new places and connecting with nature. A lover of Indian vegetarian food and a determined person at heart. She believes in embracing challenges with positivity and creativity. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together to welcome the Toastmaster today, Toastmaster Mamatha. Over to you.
Greetings, everyone. Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster, President Renosh Thomas, for your warm introduction. Friends, we are meeting right after Christmas. After all that aroma of candles, buzz of friends and relatives, church, chocolates, and cakes, drowning music, and dizzying dance. It feels like the echo of a song that's still humming in the walls, warm but slowly fading. The gifts are unwrapped, the cookies suspiciously few, and the house finally exhales after all that glitter and laughter. We sit with the full hearts and slightly fuller stomachs, thinking of moments shared more than things received. Christmas reminds us that joy grows bigger when it's shared, whether through gifts, time, or simply presence. It whispers that kindness is never out of season, and even small acts can feel like miracles. Most of all, it teaches us to breathe in gratitude and holds our loved ones a little closer. And just like a Toastmaster after a contest, proud, tired, yet inspired, we look toward to the new year with a smile that says, Round 2, let's go. So here we are to learn from the successful club series how and why we extend our circle beyond our club. It is my proud privilege to introduce our resource person, Toastmaster Sunish Babu, a member of All Elite Advanced Toastmasters Club. In 2024-25, Sunish Babu was district finalist for evaluation contest and was the first runner-up in table topics contest. Currently, he is serving as District 98 Public Relations Manager. He did post-graduation, Masters in Management Studies, specializing in finance. He has a rich experience of 12 years in the equity research industry. An investment professional, he is proficient in financial modeling, discounted cash flow, and relative valuation. He enjoys public speaking, reading on philosophy, and playing tennis. Toastmaster Sunish Babu, at 35 minutes, a timer will display green virtual background. At 40 minutes, yellow, and at 45 minutes, red. Friends, the session will be interactive. Hence, there is no separate session for Q&A. Over to you, Toastmaster Sunish Babu.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Mamatha, for that warm welcome and introduction. I would request everyone to switch on your videos if you can, like the sergeant that I mentioned. I would reiterate that. And over the time, if you find that the session is not that fun and interesting, probably you can put in the message board that guests have come to my home or my bandwidth has become a bit, so I will join in audio mode and I will not be able to. But till that moment, I would reiterate, like the sergeant had mentioned, that if possible, do switch on your video and do ask the questions. I've often got the feedback that the Q&A session is more fun than the main session for me. So sometimes I try to start with the Q&A so that it's more interesting for everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening for all the people out there. Like President Renosh asked everyone, we have attendees from different time zones throughout the world. There was a time probably when we meet physically, it would have been easy for welcoming the guest as per the time, saying just good morning or good evening. But now it's not just going beyond the club, but going beyond our time zone as well, going beyond our geographical boundaries. In that way, traditional, if we look compared, the Toastmaster experience has changed a lot. Over the next 30 minutes, I would be sharing a couple of snippets and I would look forward to input from each and every one of you out there. Just before the meeting, I was having a conversation with Girija and Renosh, who were explaining the different projects they have undertaken beyond the club. And I'm wondering, like, how do I walk into a room and explain going beyond the club? And to make it more tough, we had district officers, we had volunteer, we have district director. So there are so many people, and I'm thinking, okay, when I walked into the room, in my mind, probably there would be intermediate Toastmasters whom I would encourage to go beyond the club and maybe experience the first area conference or division conference. And after 5 minutes, I realized that I have to completely switch, and probably a reiteration for all of us that let's continue doing the good parts and maybe learn from each others as well. So initially, we'll have just an open flow conversation, and I'll just at the end take you guys through the PowerPoint so that we know that all the points have been covered. When we look going beyond the club, we can look primarily in two ways. First is communication and second is leadership. So let's look at the first part, communication. How many of you over here have represented your club beyond the area, like at the area level or division? Can I see a quick raise of hand in any of the contest? Renosh, so if you can unmute and share, like which contest you represented.
I went up to the district level for table topics. I
Wow.
also participated in international speech and evaluation as well. This was in District
Wow.
20 that I was a member of.
Wow. Let's give a round of applause to Renosh for it's a very challenging, like reaching to the district. So this session is kind of going to be a table topic as well. So Siddharth, I saw the table topic in front of you. So I might be stealing a few to make it more interactive. So Renosh, I'll come you somewhere middle of the session and ask you maybe one takeaway as a district level ISC and evaluation contest. Something for the remaining of us to look forward, like what was your experience and how you would encourage something, so that in one sentence to keep it crisp, I'll come back to you again in middle. Yes, Girija.
Up to division level evaluation contest.
Wow, division level. And which year?
That was 21.
21.
Yeah.
Cool. So the same for you. So everybody, I will not be repeating it. One insight in one sentence from you. So I'm giving the time so that you can make it crisp and we can focus on the content. That is the first thing which we have covered. Going beyond the club, it can be as contestant. The other thing which you can take away is role player. You can be a timer. You can be a tally counter. Anybody who is not a district officer, who is not a distinguished Toastmaster, who has not been more than 3 years in this meeting, anybody like that over here? Yes, Harish. So you are going to be my scapegoat for most of the time probably. So Harish, are you aware what is a ballot counter or a tally counter?
No.
You can unmute yourself.
I'm not aware.
Okay, nice. So I get to explain that. So Harish, what happens in a contest, there are two people who are called as ballot counter. So in a contest, what happens? There is a pool of people, at least 5 in a club. And if you go up to district at district level, there will be 7 people who will be the voting judges. So these are the people who will on a ballot paper give ranking. Oh, this is the first person, second person, third person. These people are supposed to be anonymous. Only the chief judge and the ballot counters, they will know who are these people. So they will go ballot counter and tear off the bottom part of the ballot and take it. So this is what the ballot counter does, and they then ballot counter along with the chief judge, they compile. Voting judges gave votes to whom, which contestant, how many points they are given, whom they are placed first, second, and third. So ballot counter would be a good way to go beyond the club if you want to experience. Right. So anybody over here who have never attended an area conference? So Siddharth, and I'm assuming Harish, even you have not attended, right? Cool. Anybody else? I think most of other people, many of them, yes, Mamatha, you have not attended.
Very new. They are all very new. Hardly
cool.
6 months, 1 year.
Deepak. All right. Awesome. So in this, so I understand we have members from different geographies.
in District 98, where this club is part of. Just last week, we had a semi-annual conference, which is called as Expressions. So the contest, it happens at the club level. The winners at the club level, they go and represent at the area level. The winners at the area level, they go and represent at the division. And the winner of the division, they go and represent at the district level. So at the district level, like what Renosh mentioned a couple of minutes back, that he was an IAC and evaluation contestant at district level. So that is like the best of the best, how we have heard in the Men in Black, right? The best of the best. So they come and compete at the district level. Now there are two ways how, I would say multiple ways how you can be part of it. One is as a contestant, how Girija and Renosh went across the several level. Another way is you can be just an attendee. First time around, you don't know what are the things you want to just go and attend, you can do that. And the third way is you can be a role player. In terms of role player, you can be a voting judge, you can be a timer, you can be a tally counter, or you can be an organizer in terms of registration team, or you can be part of the PR team for that event. So these are the various roles which will be released by the organizing team for various contests. For me, if I look back, I remember the first time I went beyond the club was for the TLTP program. That is the club leaders. For them, that is a program which happens twice a year. And I still remember 8 years back when I went to that venue, I saw so many people coming in blazers and all decked up, the district officers, the organizers. It's a different kind of experience. When you go for such conferences, you look at them and somewhere they inspire you to be better, to be well groomed, not just speaking, but when you enter the room, you feel that aura. And that is what I took away when I attended the conference for the first time. I'm like, what is this breed of people who are dressed very differently? Here I am just in t-shirt and jeans, and here there is a different group of people who are walking so formally, coming on stage so professionally, dressed up, decked up, and it was a 360-degree different experience compared to a club where we are more or less comfortable. Over a period of time we come and do that. So that was an eye-opening experience for me. Now, after talking about contestants, some of the other roles which you can consider taking up is, like I mentioned, one is tally counter, the another is timer. Like over here, how the TMoD Mamatha mentioned, like at 35, green card will be showed, at 40, yellow will be showed. In a contest also, depending on the type of the contest, timer will show that timer cards. Again, it is a very, I would say, responsible rule. A contestant can get disqualified 1 second here or there, or the timer forgets to show that timer card properly. That is, I would say, a big responsibility on the shoulders of a timer. On the other hand, why should you take it? Because I have always believed that when you take up responsible roles, you evolve. We always say that we want to grow in our careers. But how many times we go and take up that responsibility? Imagine contestants who are working for months, just a red card, it's not timed properly by a timer, he or she can be disqualified. So it's a huge responsibility. At one end, you want to listen. At one end, you have to do that role of showing that time. But I would always say that take it up. I remember at the beginning when senior Toastmasters from my club, someone like maybe Girija or Renosh, they used to ask me time, I would say no. Like I would rather sit and enjoy. I don't want to sit too much. I cannot enjoy the contest if I'm taking the role of timer. But somewhere along the way, I understood it is a part and parcel. Sometimes other people take up the role so that you can be on the stage. Sometimes we have to take up the role so that others can be on the stage. Imagine if all of us say that we don't want to take the role of timer. How will we ensure that the contest happens? So it is someone has to take that responsibility. The next role is MC. You must have seen like how today we have Mamatha as Toastmaster of the day. In conferences, there is a role of MC who is like an anchor for that whole conference. That is again an amazing role. If you take up something like that, you can again volunteer for that, maybe in your offices, in your society. So other social activities happening in your nearby, beyond your Toastmasters. What I have felt is in our club, after a point of time, let's say 1 year, 2 year, it somewhere becomes like our home. We just walk into it, we are very comfortable with the people, and somewhere maybe we might stop putting it in our efforts. Suddenly, when we go beyond the club, we see new faces, we see new strangers. And again, it gives an adrenaline rush to let me bring out my best. So, take up this kind of roles. Again, the role of voting judge. So if you're going beyond club as voting judge, you need to be complete 2 levels. If you're planning to take the role of voting judge at another club contest, you can just be a member. So you can take the role of voting judge. So you don't have to finish. So going beyond the club, you can take the role of voting judge or any other role player in contest in other clubs as well. So if you're geographically at a very different area, you can be a role player for another club which is meeting hybridly, holding the contest hybridly, or meeting online as well. So any questions, anybody? Till now in the contest we have covered broadly. Beyond the club, what are the different kinds of levels of contest, what are the different role players? Ask. If I know I've used a lot of jargons, I would not have understood if I was hearing myself for the first time. So I know there will be questions. So feel free to ask. Deepak, yes, I see you standing in it. Yes, go for it.
I wouldn't say it's okay. I think there is an echo.
In the meantime, anybody else? Mamatha, Tulin, Siddharth, Harish, or anybody else?
I think I'm good. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yes, Deepak.
Okay. I would say it's not an echo. It's not a question. It's more of for everybody, anytime, not necessarily for all the newcomers. Whenever we are part of any such meeting or a group activity, and when we are into it as a learner, I think, how can I participate? You can learn and grow when you participate. So if that curiosity is there, I want to participate. What are the various ways I can participate? Is wonderfully you have explained. I think that is where. So everybody who is new here, I would only urge you to focus on how can I participate. So there are 10 doors. Which door is for me? What is the best door to start with? And slowly you can graduate and grow and learn and become much more effective communicator or contributor or whatever. Thank you.
Thank you, Deepak. Thanks for adding to that. Very nicely, you put it crisply, like what is in it for me, and the best way to explore that is by participating. Without experiencing different things, we cannot say, okay, this is something I don't want. Even to say that, you have to at least try it once. Like we say that we don't like bitter gourd. After trying it once, we know, okay, it's bitter, we don't want it for the rest of the life. But to say that no, also we need to participate. So thanks, Deepak, for sharing that. Now, let me take a step back. This is the points which I covered in the PPT by the Toastmaster International, going beyond the club. Now, as the technology has advanced, what are the other ways we can go beyond the club? Last month, November and December, I was part of another club called MTM in District 98. They had something called as Impromptu League. It is like a table topic contest within the club. Club is broken into groups and they got one member from other clubs as well. And I went over there as a foreign member. So there were different. So that was an experience for me as well as for them to work with Toastmasters apart from other than their own home club. Even now, I think sometime back I was talking with Girija and Renosh. They mentioned they had joined hand with Toastmaster clubs, other 3 to 5, and they had a 9-hour table topic. This is something possible now in today's day and age. It would not have been possible pre-COVID. Nobody would have thought that we could have done in that way. And that's where I would say now, if you look at it, going beyond the club has become easier because of technology. It all comes down to your imagination, your creativity. Now, in terms of WhatsApp, I'm sure many of you are part of so many WhatsApp group. There is always some Toastmaster meeting happening and message coming, okay, there is a Toastmaster meeting happening. So going beyond the club has become easier for us in today's day and age. We don't have to wait just for a conference. We can go to other clubs as well. Now, I will share something. For me, it was a very, I would say, pleasant surprise when at the start of the meeting, the president proposed that we are going to adopt this agenda. And this is something I've seen at district level meetings where there is a proposal and this is seconder. So that was very interesting for me to see that at a club level something like this was being adopted. So in my 8 years I was seeing it for the first time, and that was very nice to see that. So these kind of unique experiences we get to experience when we go beyond our club. In terms of speakers as well, the way, the style, the articulation, we can get to see and experience that if we go beyond our club. Or else our, like how again Renosh mentioned at the beginning of the presiding officer address, it's an interesting quote I would say is, life is not what happens to us, it is how we interpret what we happens to us. So in terms of our opinions, perception, it broadens the more we put ourselves, like how Deepak mentioned, we participate, we put in that position. So go beyond your club, experience that, and I'm sure you will enjoy that. Now moving to leadership opportunities. So can I see a raise of hand who have taken leadership in Toastmaster? Any at club level, beyond the club level? So Girija, Siddharth, Harish, Shalini, Ronash. Cool. Thank you
Mamatha is
guys.
also.
Now,
You've joined now XCOM. You have to put up your hand.
EXO.
Whoever is there in
Cool.
the executive committee, Dr. Deepak is there. Everybody.
Yes. Cool. Now, who have taken leadership beyond the club? Now, if you don't understand what is beyond the club, you can ask me.
Taking
Yes, Renosh. Yeah, Girija, go ahead.
So, those who have been part of physical clubs, for them it becomes easy to take part in the district level. Now, I am not become able to participate in any area level or anything because ours is an online club. We don't have the provision for it in District 98. Just last week, I came to know that here in Chicago, we do also have provisions for people who have only online clubs. So maybe I'll join one here and then start doing it. This opened up only here. In District 98, I've been breaking my head for the last 2 years. It's not worked out. Yeah, for whatever reasons. It could have been difficult. Yeah.
Thank you, Girija. Thank you for sharing that. And I hope you get to participate, like you mentioned, in district, which you mentioned over there is provision for you to participate.
District 1, here.
1.
Yeah.
Cool.
In
Thank you,
California also and in Chicago also. Both the clubs have said that there is possibility online.
Thank you, Girija. Yes, Renosh.
So, I haven't taken, let's say, district official roles or area or division roles, but what I've been involved in, because we are an online club, I have been involved. I was a chairperson for conducting new member orientation program for the entire division. So division contains a number of areas, number of clubs. So I was a chairperson in conducting new member orientation program, both in English as well as in Arabic, which involves coordinating with the head of education, creating the agenda, creating the programs, having the speakers come in, the role players come in, the logistics, the PR, registration, all this was part of having that role. So that is one of the things that I've done. I was also head of logistics for an area contest, which means the venue, the food, the items over there, the screen, the laptops, all those projectors, even the trophies to be done. So again, beyond my club, for the area or for the division or for the district, I have taken such roles. Over to you.
Thank you, Renosh. Thanks for putting it very nicely. Now
I
I
would like
can
to share
go on to the.
something. Now, in
Yes,
this
yes, Girija.
context, when you talked about going beyond the club level, when we organized the centenary program, we had coordinated with 10 clubs. Each club bought its own, a timer and 10 speakers. Everything was aligned. So we had to coordinate with 100 people and plus the club presidents and everybody. And it lasted for 9 hours. So that was a great experience.
I would
Thank you,
think
Girija.
one of the biggest that Toastmaster Girija and myself did was for Atmanirbhar Bharat, which was under the guidance of the Indian Embassy of Bahrain, conducted for Indian students in Middle East and India. It had around 600 students participating, 250 judges, 250 role players. It was completely done online. It was a speech contest. Each round, quarterfinals, semifinals, was 12 hours continuous. She was part of the team. I was the head of IT at that point of time. A very unique one, having huge number of meetings, collaborations, and organizing things across different time zones, different countries, states, people, and that to keep in mind, we have the Indian Embassy as well involved.
Which year was this, Renosh? Because it's very interesting. Like
2020, 2020, 2021, I think.
2020.
One of those years.
That's amazing. And let me put one point over here for the benefit of everyone. Many times in corporate, when we join Toastmasters, we are looking for improvement, right? We want to grow in our careers, probably can be one of the things, or and as entrepreneurs. How this helps, what Girija and Rinosh explained to us is that understand when they are working with so many clubs and so many people from different clubs, different geographies, they might be interacting with most of them for the first time for a particular project. And this is a very important skill. Everybody have their own way of looking at things, at own way of doing things. And over here for that one project, they have to come together and be aligned and drive it as a team. And this helps you to develop that skill, leadership skill, team handling skill. Now when you're looking in your organizations, when you want to get promoted or something, that hierarchy anywhere, or maybe anywhere, you have to take up that responsibility. Taking owners of such projects or even being part of it, it will help you transform immensely. And that's, I felt that it's a very, I would say, discounted or not that much talked about part of Toastmasters. We see very few leaders who take up that owner's accountability, and there is a lot of time which needs to be given. Now when Renosh was explaining for venue, the logistics, that PC, the screen, everything, he had to go and check. So it requires time, effort, and energy. It is not easy, but the return is going to be immense, because tomorrow when you are asked in your professional area, you can confidently go and say any part, like I can take the responsibility of this because I have done that. Imagine them saying that, like for a diplomat, Indian diplomat, they had taken such a program for students at such a wide scale. It creates a different kind of credibility, and that is what is very important. So can you grab such opportunities? Can you, maybe now, I know some of you have joined Toastmasters recently, you may not know what are the opportunities. Drop a message to whichever club you're joining from. If you're joining from this club, you can probably drop a message to Girija and Renosh. I enjoyed today's session and I want to explore. I will also be happy, like they will say, okay, good, we called Sunish and so many people are inspired and dropping us the message. So even if you don't want to take the opportunity, just drop a message for me tonight. Okay, we want to take up the opportunity. So I will also be happy. They will drop you a message. Okay, we were happy we called you, and then all of them seem to be inspired. But on a lighter note, when I joined Toastmasters, it was probably on a Saturday evening. I felt like it seemed like a productive activity, and I never thought of taking role beyond the club. I thought, okay, it's like a 2 hour program happening on a Saturday evening, and it's nice to come chit chat, listen to speakers who come and talk, and probably have a good snack also, which is also covered in the membership fee. But 8 years down the line, I never thought, probably the 1 week back the contest happened, I got the opportunity to be the chief judge. When the pandemic finished and we went to physical, I got the opportunity to be the program chair for the first physical contest after the COVID. Again, in terms of district officer role, I got the opportunity to be the area director. I got to be the opportunity division director, and I was the best division director of the district when I was. So this happened down the line. I never had that intent. But whenever the small roles came across, the role of the timer, the role of the tally counter or PR, I started with those. So I never thought, okay, I want to go here, let me do this role. So whatever small things came, it helped me to build confidence. It helped me to understand the things. Today, when I am taking chair or main role, I know what is required of the smaller roles. It helped me build up. So that is what I would urge all of you who are just starting off your term in Toastmasters. Start with the small things. It will give you the confidence to build upon that to maximize later on your. Yes, Girija.
It was in that Atmanirbhar Bharat that I and Renosh coordinated and we came to know each other. Then after that, started the collaboration with their club. 42 meetings we had together. Eloquent Elites Toastmasters Club and St. Paul Toastmasters Club, Bahrain. We had 42 meetings continuously. Then when he had to move from Bahrain, that is Distinguished Toastmaster Renosh Thomas had to move from Bahrain to Dubai. He could not continue that club because that club was affiliated to a church and it had to be a physical meeting. So then he had to close down and he became a member of our club and now the president. That is how it started. And I must tell you that in Toastmasters, at least 3 Toastmasters I have helped place in different organizations. They lost their jobs and very qualified people, extremely committed. I saw them attending meetings, regularly putting in hours. And when we were talking, when they explained what situations they were in, it somehow happened. It's God's grace, but networking does help. And in Toastmasters, people do help in these ways too. So it is not just about networking for fun or just having snacks together. People understand the situations that you are in, and there is a lot of value that we get there. Thank you.
Thank you, Girija. Thanks for sharing that. And to just reiterate the points Girija shared, beyond the club, when you go, you again get many friends. Now imagine if Girija and Renosh had not worked on that Bahrain project, probably Eloquent Elites might not have been there without both of them coming together, right? So it's a story of the friendship and again coming together as charter members.
So
Again, in terms of
was already there. Eloquent Elites was there, St. Paul's Club was there, but we started combined meetings after that. Otherwise, we were functioning independently, right? But we got together across the borders. And there were 2 other clubs also. They were doing meetings with us. So that was a beautiful experience. Then we realized that working together, blending beyond the borders gives us a lot of good perspectives.
True, Girija, true. I think some of the guests who joined today also mentioned that the reason they had joined into this meeting was to understand the different cultures. And in terms of leadership opportunities, as an area director, there will be a couple of clubs which will be in your area. So you will be the link between the district and that club. You will be supporting and assisting the club to grow. So that will be, I would say, increase as an area director. So you get to work with people who may have their own roles, their own goals. So as an area director also, it's an amazing opportunity. So when your district rolls out from area director, I would say go for it. If you have done the role of, I would say, ex-com, so you have an understanding how the club works, then probably next step would be area director to go for it. It's an amazing experience in terms of driving various conferences, starting a club. There are a lot of opportunity for you as an area director. Again, beyond that, within division, it can be division director, or you can be a part of the extended team of the area director or division director if you don't have that kind of time or bandwidth commitment. Again, in district, there are many other roles, like there is top 7 and conferences. Talking about the conferences, I would say the semi-annual conference of District 98, which happened last week, we had the world champion Sabyasachi. He had also came down. So again, for district conferences, you get to hear to the best speakers. So that's again one of the things which you can take. There can be seminars, there can be workshop, there can be panel discussion depending on the district program, how they are planning to. So these are the couple of things which you can look forward beyond the club. Again, many times we are meeting online or hybrid. Conferences, that can be one of places where you get to meet them in person as well. Anybody, any questions? I'll just share the PPT too. But in the meantime, anybody has any question, you can unmute. Because when I'm sharing the PPT, I will not be able to see. All right. So in terms of speech contest, the roles can be contestants, can be MC, can be judge. We have already covered that. Voting judges as well as chief judge. In terms of roles, it can be tally counter, it can be timer, it can be sergeant at arm. Again, similar to a club, the sergeant at arm can open the contest, or something like evaluation or humorous IC. It can be a breakout room, sir, where you may not get to hear the speech. So that's something I will say that. So it should not happen. Okay, Sunish told me to take a role. You end up taking a breakout rooms, and then you end up like he told and I took, and I couldn't hear to any of the contestant. And if nothing else, if you don't have the time commitment, you can be an audience as well and enjoy the experience. In terms of leadership opportunity, you can at area level, there is area director, at division director. District level, you can be part of top 7 through election. There are various conferences. So I will not go that much into district. I think first level is more right now. We can focus upon area. And the conference and the conviction of a seminar, speech contest, and the camaraderie. And it's an amazing experience, something we different from the regular club experience which we have. So that's it from my end. Anybody, any questions, or I will hand over to the Toastmaster of the day. So it's still green card, so we still have time. Feel free to ask. I'll say that because I have been in your shoes. I think I'm like if I have to give that additional wisdom or nuggets, I would say that always ask question from place of curiosity and not from a place of challenge. That's something I always tell myself. Whenever I hesitate, should I ask or not? If I ask, will it be intimidating to the speaker? So I always ask from a place of curiosity. So ask, don't feel, okay, should I ask this, or how will he or she respond? So since I've taken I would say the privilege to be the speaker, it's my responsibility to explain. So you don't have to feel bad of putting me in a spot. Okay, if I ask, will Sunish be able to explain it or not? Cool. So I hope all of you are dropping a message. I want all the members of the club dropping to message to Girija and Renosh. We want to go beyond the club. Yes, Renosh.
I just wanted to add one thing. Well, it's not a question, but as you meant, you requested for an experience. While I attended when I went to the district level contest, I would only like to tell all those who are present here in this audience, whether you are a Toastmaster or a known Toastmaster, behind the screen or shying away, don't worry. It is a journey. And at times it might be challenging. At times you might fall, but this is the platform to experiment. This is the platform. It is okay to make mistakes and you will learn. There are people who will help you out. Be with a good mentor. Toastmaster Girija, myself, we're here. We've gone through a lot of experience to share with you. We might not be perfect. That's one thing which I want to tell everybody here. It is not that you become perfect and take your first step. Then you might never have that first step. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay. You will learn. And the journey for me is I had a lot of falls in the journey towards the district, but I learned a lot. Not just networking, but it's a lot of experience that I have understood. And what I have done it, I've taken away this into my corporate life. Of course, in corporate life, you're more functional than taking leadership. So people will understand how a transformation has happened to Renosh. There's something different in Renosh 1 year ago or 2 years ago compared to what I see him now. It's a change, and it's not a microwave change. It takes step by step. So I would just want to tell all the people out here, it's okay. You can use this platform, experiment, take up roles. It is not that you have to become a chairperson first. Even the smallest role. I was a timer as well. I was an accounter. And my first meeting that I did in Toastmasters, very first meeting, I had more than 20 filler words, ums and ahs. I was very scared. My first meeting, second meeting, third meeting, I was very afraid of that accountant. He or she will be writing in my name, will always speak. But believe me, ladies and gentlemen, take the first step. You cannot have your second step unless you take your first step. It is okay. There are people out here who will help you, guide you. So in my journey, there were 3 P's. This is what my mentor told me. Practice, practice, practice. Practice in front of your friends, practice in front of your family, practice in front of your colleagues, practice in different clubs, different areas, different districts. You will get an immense knowledge, wealth of information. It's okay to make mistakes in this platform because this is a platform where you can fine tune yourself. It is just like you being placed as a in front of a potter. You are the clay and there's a potter. It might not look nice initially. The potter will have to chisel you. Chiseling is painful, but after the process is finished, after he has glazed you, you're there on the showcase or you're there in a shelf which you will shine. Give it time. Believe in the process. The end result will show. That is what I have seen in my journey of Toastmasters and the people who have helped me out. Over to you,
Thank,
Dr. Deepak.
thank you, Renosh, for
Yeah.
sharing that. And to crisply, I'll say that journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So yes, take that first step. Yes, Dr. Deepak.
Fantastic. I think Renosh has very passionately narrated his own experience with lots of wisdom that he might have garnered through his journey at Toastmasters. Personally, whenever I have seen him speaking, he's a lesson. He's a lesson to read again and again. I don't know his style, but it's amazing. And he deliberate speaking. I mean, actually, he's taking time to speak each and every word right way, connecting with his mind, totally present in that moment. Fantastic, Renosh. I must compliment you there. And despite all my long experience in corporate world, I wish we had met before. I would have been a different guy. Having said that, Toastmaster Sunish, thank you for very patiently walking through this. For newcomers, this could be a little boring. Oh, what is this? I come here for. So, for not everybody, but some of them, they come with their alreadys, right? But it's very important to know the world. This is the world of Toastmasters. This is what is available to you. This is what you can make. This is how it is helped. And that's a wonderful session. I must compliment the organizers. And thirdly, I think the psychology of a participant, a newcomer. This club is fairly new. Many of them are these are the people very committed for their own growth and development. and they take roles, that come their way. Each slow and steady, but I've seen them really participating. I think the mentors, the seniors here are definitely, nurturing them, holding their hands, which is fantastic. But as a newcomer, even for me, uh, you need to be like Renosh said, what is it in for me? You need to be a little selfish. Selfish in the sense, nothing wrong to expect something for yourself. If I'm spending my time, how do I get maximum out of this? That curiosity should be there in you. Second thing that has helped me personally is, how do I make my presence felt? I don't want to be one of those hundreds, thousands, or twenties or tens. I want people to take a note of me, good, bad, ugly. What option do you have? Obviously, I want to put my best foot forward. So what do I do a little bit smartly? At least people take a notice of me. Right? It's very important to be alert and agile and very attentive there to see who are the guys who are actually running the show. Okay, how do I get their attention? Make the right move, make the right sound. Echoing, clapping, participating, reacting, acknowledging, giving feedback. I think you said beautifully. It is. You said you come from the. I don't know what word, but you use come with the background of curiosity, right? Instead of asking a
Yeah, yeah.
question where I feel I might have apprehensions, the speaker might feel offended. Why don't you come from curiosity? I mean, so many masks roles you can play and come with that. That's a wonderful cue and key you have given for anybody. It can happen to anyone. Tomorrow, if I'm sitting with, of course, I don't want to sit in front of Trump, but definitely if I'm sitting with Modi ji, I will be careful about, oh, what do I do? Should I speak or not? So those kind of things matter. So to my appeal to everybody is in the meeting, whatever level, whatever phase of life you are, it's very important. Just drop that, just be here. And if it is happening to you, because the system tells you, oh, does it apply to me? Oh, am I going through this time? Am I going to this phase? Right? So you have to connect and relate to it, and then you will see yourself, blossoming and getting better and better with each passing day, and it will start reflecting in different phases of your life, not necessarily in Toastmaster meeting. Everything that you do is going to come from that trigger point. I think I've spoken a lot, so I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak. And again, thank you, Toastmaster Renosh. Yes, Girija, I think Girija wants to share something.
Yeah. So when we join Toastmasters, a club, the first thing that we get is there are people who hold you accountable. They'll ask you, okay, why didn't you join the meeting? What happened last meeting? Why did you not join? Or why can't you take up roles? And so there is some push to grow on your own. Otherwise, you take it at your own pace. So there is no such growth, which is somebody is there to watch out for you. And it is a supportive community also. The day you say, okay, I'm traveling, I cannot do it, nobody is pushing you. But sometimes there is always a nudge, a reminder, and it creates a sense of belonging for you. That is one thing. And then also, like we discussed, there is guidance, mentoring. In an organization, when you go, you take up a position, you're on your own. If you go wrong, after you go wrong, there'll be people to come and say, oh, this you could have done, this you could have done. But before that, nobody is sitting with you and asking, have you done this? Probably it is a good idea to do this. What is it that you have done? Nobody is checking out. So you feel that it is a competitive world. Whereas here, you can fail. And you still don't feel that you have failed because you receive constructive feedback right on time. And it is instant feedback. And sometimes it is not even feedback. Even before something happens, somebody is there to hold you. So it is a very supportive community. That's what I would like to say.
Thank you, Girija. Thank you, Rinosh and Deepak, for adding and making the session more valuable. And with that, the red card is come. So I'll just quickly wrap up in a couple of sentences. So I would urge all of you guys, like, participate a lot. For me, I know, like, for me, Toastmasters help me a lot. One of the things it has helped me is like in terms of building confidence, communication, and leadership. And the reason it helped me was because I said yes to anything that came my way. the first year, there was a time I felt that it is not that value additive for me. I'll be honest about that. I say that openly. And the person to blame was myself. I did not turn up for meetings. Something came by me. I used to say no. After that, for the remaining 7 years, I would always say yes. And like how Girija put very nicely, I would say yes. Then I would find someone like Renosh or Girija or maybe Elos, some veteran Toastmaster in the community, and reach out to them. I've said yes to this. Can you guide me how to do this? And once you learn how to do that, that will help you in all area of your life. With that, I would thank the club, especially Girija, for giving me the opportunity to come over here. Back to the Toastmaster of the day, Mamatha.
Wow, what an interesting. Thank you for an interesting, interactive, and insightful education session, Toastmaster Sunish Babu, and even our president and Renosh Thomas and Girija had added valuable suggestions and about our club support guidance. What they are providing is true, I feel. Thank you. Friends, we all learned today what opportunities are available to us inside and outside our club to enhance our career and connections. Knowledge sitting unused is like a leather bound book locked in a cupboard. Shiny, impressive, but gathering dust. So, here is my little nudge for you. Take what you know, step onto the field, and use it. Mastery does not come from knowing, it comes from doing. The next section is table topics. This will be held by our table topics master, Siddharth Sadanandan. Happy to introduce the new member to our club, Siddharth Sadanandan, a sales manager at Britannia Industries Limited. He holds an MBA from BITS Pilani and a BTech in Chemical Engineering from NIT Calicut. He enjoys reading, playing the guitar, and watching films. Over to you, Toastmasters Siddharth. You are on mute, Siddharth.
You're on mute. Yeah.
Yeah, am I audible now?
Yes.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mamatha, for that beautiful introduction. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all Toastmasters and guests. This is, in fact, my very first session here at Toastmaster Elite Toastmaster Club. I am excited to be here. And in fact, this is my first Toastmaster meet after a 3-year hiatus. So I'm very eager to get to know all of you all on a personal level better along the way. And I'm very happy to be here back again to the Toastmasters family. Wishing everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Speaking about Christmas, Christmas is that special time of the year when we pause, reflect, and reconnect with family, friends, and even ourselves. It's about stories, memories, surprises, and a little bit of magic. And just like Christmas gifts, today's table topics is also wrapped in a surprise. After all, the theme for today's meeting is going beyond the club. So take a deep breath, unwrap the moment, and let's see what Santa has in store for our speakers tonight. So I have with me an article written by a Toastmaster. I will share the link of the article on the screen. I will display the same. And in the article, the Toastmaster has written about how she set herself for a goal of becoming a TED speaker. Then she talks about how Toastmasters helped her achieve that goal. Okay, so now how are we going to proceed for our very special table topic session? I will call out the audience members in an alphabetical order. And each person called out has to read out one paragraph from the passage that I display on the screen. So that as the Toastmasters read the paragraphs, all of us will focus on the passage. Now, after reading this passage, we will split into different groups and will be allocated different breakout rooms. Now, in each breakout room or in each group, all the group members will brainstorm on the same topic. The topic is how can how can members harness Toastmasters to achieve their goals? I'll repeat it. So all the members will brainstorm on the same topic. The topic is how can members harness Toastmasters to achieve their goals? Now within each group, every group will elect a summary speaker. Now in each group, every member will share about one goal that he or she wants to achieve through Toastmasters. And members in the group will suggest how Toastmasters will help that member achieve that. The time for discussion is 10 minutes. And within that 10 minutes, the summary speaker will jot down all the points and will make a summary of the discussion that has ensued. After 10 minutes, all of the Toastmasters will move to the main room. And I will invite all of the summary speakers from each group to come forward and present the group's discussion in 2 minutes each. So I hope we're very clear on the flow of this session. If there are any questions, I'm happy to take them. Toastmasters, if you have any questions, you can unmute yourself or you can
I think
raise your
Ilyas
hand.
has a question or something. He has put up his hands.
Yes, Toastmaster Ilyas.
Okay, so basically we are entering breakout room, right? And we will discuss about
Not
what
right now. He's
Toastmasters.
reading out an article after that. Yeah. He's putting up an
Okay.
article. We'll read it out. Yeah.
I'll
Share
put
the
up an
article.
article. I'll invite volunteers to come and read one paragraph each. So once we've all gone through that paragraph, then we'll be allotted breakout rooms. All right, let me just share my screen and display the article. And thereafter, I'll invite volunteers to read the passage that has been displayed. Please let me know if my screen is visible. So I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, it's visible. Yeah.
All right. So the topic of the passage is how Toastmasters helped me level up my career and how it can help you too by Toastmaster Kristen Harrell. Are there any volunteers who would like to read the first paragraph? Please raise your hand. Toastmaster Girija, please help me out in identifying the Toastmasters who would be volunteering. All you have to do is just read the paragraph, nothing else, so that all of us can just follow. Yes, Toastmaster of the day, Mamatha. The floor is all yours. You can read the first paragraph.
When people think of Toastmasters, they often picture someone nervously gripping a podium, trying to get through the speech, which is exactly how much first speech went. And yes, Toastmasters does help with public speaking. But if that's all you think it offers, you are missing out on one of the best personal and professional development tools available. I joined Toastmasters to become a more confident speaker. What I did not expect was how much it would impact my career in ways far beyond the microphone. Shall I continue?
Yes. You can please continue the next one as well, and then we'll have another speaker for the following.
Confidence that translates into leadership. In every profession, whether you are leading meetings, delivering presentations, or pitching ideas, confidence is critical. Toastmasters does not just help you speak up, it helps you show up. Each meeting provides a supportive environment where you are encouraged to try, fail, improve, and try again. What kind of practice builds resilience and poise that naturally spills over into leadership roles? As I grew more comfortable speaking in front of others, I noticed a shift in how I presented myself at work. I took the lead more often, volunteered for high visibility projects, and found my voice in rooms where I used to stay quiet.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mamta. Toastmaster Deepak, would you like to read the next paragraph?
Sure. Communication skills that drive results. Communication is more than just talking. It's about connecting, persuading, and influencing. Through regular practice and evaluations, Toastmasters helps you hone not only what you say, but how you say it. You learn to think on your feet, give and receive feedback gracefully, and tailor your message to your audience. Those are the exact skills I now use every day in team meetings, interviews, and stakeholder presentations. Being able to clearly communicate a message has made me a more effective contributor and a more credible leader.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepak. Now we have the final paragraph. Would anyone like to volunteer? Toastmaster Tulin, Toastmaster Harish.
Harish, do take it up.
Yeah, I can. A safe space to grow. Let's face it, most workplaces don't offer regular, low stakes opportunities to practice communication and leadership. Toastmasters does. You get to try different things, experiment with storytelling, even fail without consequence. And the feedback? Constructive, kind, and focused on growth. That safe space helped me overcome my fear of speaking and of being judged. It gave me the confidence to step into my potential.
Excellent.
Thank you so much, Toastmasters.
Now
So
we
I'll
can
just
divide
stop
into breakout
sharing.
rooms. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So just to reiterate, we are breaking out into breakout rooms. In each breakout room, we will discuss on the topic how can members harness Toastmasters to achieve their goals. In each group, there will be one summary speaker. While everyone discusses, the summary speaker will note down those points, and I will invite the summary speakers hereafter to present whatever their findings are. So hope to see everyone on the other side.
Yeah, I think everybody has gone to the different rooms.
Yeah, hello, ma'am.
Oh, why are you not assigned to any room?
No, it was disconnected actually.
Okay, so I'll put you in one room,
Yes,
okay?
I
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You are assigned to room 3. You'll go now. Yeah. So everybody will join in time. How was it? You can unmute and talk.
Yeah, it was good, Girija. Only me and Harish were there. So we
Oh,
were.
okay.
And
Okay.
Pratik has joined. He said he's a guest. He's not into Toastmasters yet. So when
Okay.
I asked about Toastmasters, what is his goals? What is he expecting from Toastmasters? He said he's joined as a guest, so he's not
Not
into Toastmasters yet. So
okay.
to see us, to know about us, he is
Right.
joined.
Okay. Yeah. In some room we had 3, and in another room, last only Tulin joined. She had dropped out, so that room became 4. Otherwise 3. Yeah.
Initially, Sunish Babu was there.
Yeah. I
Then
think
he dropped out.
yes. So he's not there in the meeting. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So has
He's there
everyone
now in the
joined?
meeting. Yeah.
I
Not
was
yet.
there. I was moved from breakout 2 to breakout 3.
Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know how it happened. Yeah, you are in breakout 3. Yes.
Master
Right.
Sunish is most wanted
Yeah.
today. All right, I think we are back in to the main room.
I
Anyone else?
Everybody is here, I think. 13 all are here.
There
Then
are
let's
30.
start with
We
Team
can
Monia.
start. Yeah. We can start the
Go ahead.
Yes.
Toastmaster of the day,
Table
table
topics.
topics master. Yes. Take
Yes. Team group 1 or breakout group 1, whoever is the summary speaker, can you please unmute? And I'd like to invite you to share with the audience what your group has discussed.
We have distinguished Toastmaster Tracy Baker.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Let it snow, fellow Toastmasters, because this is Christmas time, and the best gift that we can have is not a snow job, but instead is for us coming together as Toastmasters to share with each other. How can members harness Toastmasters to build their goals and their skills? And the 4 of us came up with the idea that the first thing we have to do is we have to become better impromptu speakers. Becoming a better impromptu speaker as a goal is wonderful because it helps build all the other skills, your confidence, your self-esteem, your organization. When you learn how to speak at the top of your lungs, when you're on the spot, you learn how to quickly put together ideas and things like that. Another thing that we talked about for goals is you have to separate and balance your goals. You have personal goals, you have Toastmasters goals, you have corporate or business goals. And within each of those goals, you have a chance to build your confidence even more by making sure you're looking at that goal and coming to Toastmasters to participate, whether it's in table topics or speech or evaluation, to make sure that everyone is able to harness that confidence to build their individual skills. Now, everybody's going to have a different way to go. Just like the snowdrops that fall from the sky, they all go different places, but at the end of the day, they come together and make a big snowball. Do you want to build a snowman? And you don't have to be frozen to let it go, but instead what you have to do is find a way to get to that point of speaking with confidence. So there's mentoring and networking that's involved. When you're mentoring and coming to the actual meetings, whether in person or online, you're able to conglomerate with each other, just like that snow, to come together to become a bigger part of what you are. So in conclusion, we have to make sure that we're building our impromptu skills in any which way we can, including using Toastmasters table topics, interviewing, or doing anything you can at your job or your personal goals. And at the end of the day, when you figure out how to build your confidence in such a way that your skills are accumulating like a snowball, you will see that you'll be the biggest one around, the best one around, and you won't be frosty like the snowman, but instead you will have a deep understanding of how not to freeze because your confidence will be so hot. Mr. Table Topics Master.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster. I am inspired. Become a better impromptu speaker and balance your goals. Thank you so much for this insight. Group 2, can we have the summary speaker from Group 2? Please show yourself, and I invite you to share your learnings with the group.
That Harish will go.
Toastmaster Harish,
Yep.
the floor is all yours.
Yeah, that's. So we're discussing about how Toastmaster can help us become a better leader, maybe move into bigger leadership roles. So currently, I was working as an ML engineer before, and I was asking how I can maybe like whatever things I can learn from Toastmaster to maybe move into a much more senior leadership roles. So from what we discussed, I was sharing my experience with Mamta as well. Like I was an ex-com member in the same Eloquent Elite Toastmasters Club. I was working as a sergeant at arms, and as you know, it's about starting the meeting and also hosting like the meeting in a good tone. This has helped me a lot in my professional life as well. So where I had conducted a lot of meetings with my peers, and where I got a lot of opportunity to grow from that. And we also discussed about the table topic sessions and how impromptu speaking has helped me achieve something more in my previous organizations as well. The way table topic sessions have helped me is that I initially hesitated a lot to talk about topics that I wasn't aware about, but now I go ahead and speak whatever I think, and that has helped me a lot in growing as well. Uh, and Mamta also specified one thing that being technically strong is one thing, but on the other hand, having a good communication skill should go hand in hand, uh, so that we can grow more in our career as well as in personal life. So yeah, that's all that we discussed in the given 10 minutes. And over to you, David Master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Harish and team, taking up roles in Toastmasters, participating in table topics, and aligning your technical skills with communication skills. This is a great way to put it. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Harish and team. And now I think we have the final team, group 3, which I was a part of. And let's have Toastmaster Sunish.
Thank you, Toastmaster Siddharth. Good evening, everyone. In terms of discussion, so we failed somewhere in terms of time management. Out of the 4 people, only 2 people could share their goals. The first one was Siddharth, and his goal is to become a better storyteller. And he gave the reference of Game of Thrones, where that Barn who have seen the Game of Thrones series, where the person who is supposed to be next king became a better candidate because of the various experiences he went through. He had more stories to tell, so that's why he was suggested, and that's the inspiration for Siddharth to be a better storyteller and probably the king as well. So in terms of suggestions from the team, it was uh, read more books, listen to more podcasts, and give more speeches in Toastmasters. And one point which I like from Ilios is that he listens to all Toastmaster podcasts and Toastmaster magazine. So that's something I liked and highlighting that. And also he always makes an intention to always make people laugh whenever he's telling some stories. The second person who shared was Toastmaster Tulin, and she wants to improve her public speaking leadership, also win arguments and debates, and put her points with clarity and consistency. And the suggestions were to take feedback, incorporate that feedback, even if not maybe 100%, maybe 20%, 30%, take steps towards that. Do things differently, as simple as maybe any role or table topic. The other feedbacks were get a mentor or get a coach who can help you, guide you, groom you, and be along with you. And the other was start writing, because writing can give you clarity in your thoughts whenever you want to discuss. So that's it from our group.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sunish. Sharing stories and experiences, reading books, listening to podcasts. Toastmasters magazine, that's something new I've never knew. Making people laugh, and finally finding a mentor and incorporating feedback. Thank you so much, Group 3. And with that, we come to an end to our very innovative table topic session. I hope everyone had fun. Wishing you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So I hand over to Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Mamatha, for the closing remarks. Over to you, Toastmaster Mamatha.
Yeah. Friends, this session was indeed a fitting follow-up after the education session. We learned on how we can go beyond the club and achieve our objectives in life. In the table topics, we discussed how various goals could be achieved via Toastmasters. Thank you, Siddharth, for conducting the session with remarkable clarity. Christmas carols and church bells have ended for this year, but the notes of gratitude, grace, and generosity stay with us forever. Now I hand over the podium to our presiding officer. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Renosh Thomas.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Right, so we've got around 12 people here. Can we all switch on our cameras to take a group photo? I don't want to miss this. This is the last meeting of this year. We had a couple of people in, and I think it's because of the time in this part of the world. In India, it's close to around 11 o'clock night, so people might be leaving. If I can, I think all of you are there on the screen. So let's take a photo. Thumbs up, emojis, victory, smiles, whatever you want to put, heart signs, feel free to do that. Technology allows it. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right, I've taken the first one. Just be there. Just be there one more time. Here we go. The last one. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow. I'm just seeing a lot of emojis and celebrations coming out. All right, done. Thank you so much. I know we are probably 16 minutes past the scheduled time, but I think I myself got mesmerized and immersed actually into both the sessions by Toastmaster Sunish as well as our table topic master. And I lost track of time, which is not good for me, but I enjoyed, I loved it, and I hope each one of you as well had a great time in this meeting. We have a few certificates which we would like. All right. So we'll
Certificate
take this
only for our
moment.
resource person. Yes.
Right. So I think despite his busy schedule being the District 98 PRM, there's a lot riding on his shoulders. District 98 is not a small district. There's a huge number of clubs running in the District 98. And that too, from a PRM perspective, there are a lot of activities, programs, expressions, event which took place. I had seen some of the clips of it. Fantastic. The way that it was done. A lot rides on his mind. Despite his busy schedule, he said yes for our meeting. So it's all the more to recognize Toastmaster Sunish Babu, who came in today, spoke to us how to go beyond the club. And I hope and I wish each one of us will resonate that and will become successful in this as well. So can we all give a big round of applause to Toastmaster Sunish Babu for his presence and taking us through this Beyond the Club Successful Club series. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me, guys. And thank you everyone over here for attending and being there till end. Over to you, Renosh.
Thank you. Wish you all the best as well in the district levels. And I'm sure they will be definitely making use of your skills and expertise. And we hope to see you in our future meetings as well.
Definitely.
And I would also, though he's a member, Toastmaster Siddharth is a member, but the way he conducted the table topics, it's different. Not the normal way of how we say choose a number or probably from a screen. Today he took it differently. And I think it needs a round of applause. It is his first time he's coming after long, right? And the first meeting in our club that he's attending, and he has taken this role of table topic master and has done it so wonderfully, dividing it into breakout rooms and coming back as well. So congratulations. Thank you so much, table topic master, Toastmaster Siddharth. Thanking each and every one of you who role players, our members, and people who have come from different parts of the world. Toastmaster Belinda, there was Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Tracy, and many others were there in our meeting as well. And Toastmaster Elios from Indonesia. It was wonderful to have guests being part of this meeting. So thank you so much. And I wish you all a wonderful 2026. Let the year be a blessing to you and your family and in your Toastmasters journey. Just quoting Jim Rohn, your life does not get better by chance. It gets better by change. And only you can make that change. It's your decision. With that, I adjourn meeting 96. Right.